This is about prejudice, and I'm beginning to wonder if everything is prejudiced, starting with our minds, conscious and unconscious. Some people are actively biased because they are racist, and some people are unconsciously biased because of Sigmund Freud, who discovered the unconscious mind and all the bigotry that it embraces and supports. And our minds absorb racist messages constantly from when we're little, like the weather. The weather teaches us that dark clouds are bad, heralding rain, and white clouds are good, heralding sunshine. Same thing on the beach. We notice colour segregation in the sea. The deeper and more dangerous bits are dark, but towards the shore, where the water is safer, it turns white. And this infects us very early on, around the time we build our first snowman. It's always the same colour, and we don't even question it, and we should. When people say, how many black friends have you got? I say, how many black snowmen have you made? And they look at me as if to say, well, I'm not even going to discuss that. And I think we know why. Same thing in the night sky. We don't talk about the dark side of the moon. It's been erased from history. No one even knows what it looks like. And the rest of the solar system is equally biased. Every heavenly body has been named after a Greek or a Roman god, apart from the sun, which is named after a newspaper owned by a white billionaire. And it gets worse. In school, we teach maths, which uses a racist orthography. The plus sign there is a cross to represent the Crusades. The minus sign is a stylized image of a person of colour, lying flat, perhaps after being wrongfully attacked by the police. The multiplication sign has been stolen from Malcolm X, obviously. And the division sign is a depiction of two black people reduced to mere dots, separated by a prison wall. Why are we teaching division at all? Division is the Afrikaans word for apartheid, so no wonder children grow up with the wrong ideas. And they learn to tell the time as well, and time is calculated from Greenwich in Britain, which sends a signal that other cultures are behind Britain, only a few hours behind, but the gap can never be closed. We're saying that places like West Africa and Bermuda and Jamaica are struggling to keep up, while futuristic Britain is forging ahead. And individual clocks are part of this problem too. Look at Big Ben. The clock face doesn't move. The hands do all the work. The clock face is white. The hands are black. That sends a very powerful message. And our diet is prejudiced. White bread is more popular than brown bread, even though hipsters like to claim that they prefer brown bread, but they're just pandering, really. Secretly, the white bread. Or they make toast, which is racist. A white foodstuff is given a brown colour so that white people can symbolically eat ethnic minorities. Toast is a white cannibalism fetish. And there's racism in the workplace too, like Tipp-Ex, a white fluid that corrects mistakes made in black ink, implying that black people get everything wrong and white people get everything right. So white people need to learn about all this, but education itself can reinforce prejudice. Black History Month is unconsciously racist. Black people get 1 month and white people get the rest of the year. And Black History Month is promoted in libraries, and libraries are racist. They have racist signs calling for silence, which means violence. And Black Lives Matter is racist too. Black Lives Matter supports the white supremacist theory that white people invented slavery. Even though slavery is as old as history, going back to the Egyptians who enslaved the Hebrews. And slavery is commonplace because it's easy. You just need a sharp object and some string. You wave your sharp object at your victim and bind his hands. Hey presto, you're a slave trader. And the idea that Africans didn't know how to do this until Europeans arrived and showed them implies that Africans lack ingenuity and business skills, which is racist. And it's false. Africans knew how to take slaves without help from Europeans. They took slaves from Europe in the 1600s. Thousands of white people were kidnapped from seaside villages in Ireland and England and Spain by Barbary Coast pirates who originated in North Africa, or as we now call it, the Magic of Morocco. So slavery is not a white innovation, it's a universal vice which no one likes to be open about or to talk about, like internet porn. Everyone's done it, everyone's ashamed of it, and everyone dodges the shame by pretending to be shocked when they pretend to discover that everyone else has been at it as well. So slavery is a universal disease, just as racism is a universal disease, whose chief symptom is the urge to shout that the other guy has it worse than you. That's why I blamed Sigmund Freud at the start. Don't look at me, look at him. That's why the crowd who threw the statue into the docks at Bristol were mainly white. They weren't supporting equality, they were expressing shame. But what are they ashamed of? I think we should find out.